Welcome to another video on the channel. On this flight, we are going to hop on American Airlines over to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands.
Flight 2208, your gate has changed to seat 8, West Palm Beach, gate changed, seat 8.
Charlotte Douglas International Airport here in North Carolina. Boarding should start in 15 minutes. So I guess that we'll see you on board.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel
Looks like it's going to be a full flight here over to Providenciales. Let's see. A lot of people here. This looks like it's going to be a full one. So I just did a lame solo introduction there. I don't know if you want to add anything.
So we're now waiting to board our flight to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. So this will be our last journey for the day. So sit back and relax, and we'll get back to you when we go back home, when we get on the flight. Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands.
So we finally boarding after a short delay. One crew member was late. All seems to be in order now, and boarding has commenced. Boarding very slowly. We'll see you on board.
We are now on board, so the flight time is 2 hours and 18 minutes. We'll be landing in Turks and Caicos, so welcome aboard.
Are put away and your tray table is stowed. Seat back device holders must be stowed for taxi, takeoff, and landing. If you have a carry-on, place it all the way under the seat in front of you. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you have small handheld devices, such as cell phones, tablets, and smartwatches, please switch them to airplane mode now. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. If you haven't already fastened your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap so it's tight across your hips. To open your seatbelt, lift the top of the buckle. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
It's 11:36 a.m. here, and we are now pushing back from the gate or the jet bridge to commence our flight to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands. We have a long way to push back before we get out on the runway to start our taxiing. So this aircraft here is the Airbus 321. We have flown this aircraft several times, maybe different models or different versions, to and from Providenciales, Miami to Providenciales, Miami, Miami to Charlotte, Charlotte to Miami. So there's nothing new on this airline here to explore. Quite spacious and quite large. And you could see Elizabeth is tired after waking up all this morning in Toronto, Canada, catching the shuttle from the hotel to the
Once
airport.
again, welcome aboard American Airlines. As a
And then
reminder, we
flying
do have a
from
quiet cabin
Canada,
policy, so if
Toronto
you choose
to
to watch
Charlotte.
anything on your
So
device,
Elizabeth
or
might be
your kids
sleeping
choose to watch
throughout
anything on
this
their
flight.
device,
Who knows?
please make sure that they have headphones attached or the volume.
Very overcast and cloudy day here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it appears that Elizabeth is already fast asleep as we are moving into position here for our taxiing on the runway. A couple planes in front of us, so this may take a while. I'll be back when we commence taxiing on the runway. It's 12:04 p.m. here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte Douglas International Airport is the airport, and after a very long wait, because there are several planes in front of us to take off, it seems that we are finally going to begin our taxiing to get going on this flight over to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands, 2 hours and 18 minutes, wheels up to wheels down, American Airline flight 611. And we are off taxiing. The journey has officially begun. Gathering speed, faster and faster and faster, and wheels up. We are in the air. And as you can see in the window, it's raining rather heavily. But we are finally on our way. Yeah, it's almost an hour into the flight, and the in-flight service is in full flow. So Elizabeth is having a Sprite, and we have some sandwiches that bought.
Soda fish salads. Very good. Now enjoy our lunch.
Welcome to the Low Report. So you visited the Louvre. What was your impressions?
It's okay. I'm feeling that it was a full flight. Not that dreadful. Very surprised.
Tissue?
Hand towels, hand soup, everything is there. So it's not bad. I'll give it 7 out of 10.
And that was your Low Report.
Tablets and smartwatches may be useful in airplane mode.
Cruising into Providenciales. Didn't have long to go. Despite when we took off, it was raining and it was cloudy. The flight was relatively smooth. Minimal turbulence. Nothing alarming, nothing to write home about. So I guess we hit the ground. Very smooth. So just an update from the traffic. Traffic is backed up at the Howard Hamiliton International Airport in Providenciales, and you're on a holding pattern. Captain says it could be 5 to 20 minutes. If we are able to actually move in for landing, we are about 70 miles off of the Howard Hamiliton International Airport. So it's going to be a little while before we get built on the ground. And Elizabeth is loving it.
Maybe another 5.
So that holding pattern was shorter than expected. And we are moving in for the landing for real this time. So very shortly, we should have wheels on the ground. So, quick update here. We are holding the captain says now we are now third in line for landing. I thought about 20 minutes ago when we were moving in for the landing, seeing the things change on the ground very quickly. The fact is that there's only one runway at the Howard Hamiliton International Airport. The same runway for landing, the same runway for taxiing to take off. And on Saturdays, it is very crowded with flights. And so it takes a while to get in and to get on the ground on Saturday afternoons. So we've been circling around probably about 25-30 minutes, and we have been actually holding for probably an hour waiting to land. And updates have been few and far in between. I'm suspecting that we may be proceeding towards the airport now to land. I'm not sure. I have an update, but this is getting a little bit disconcerting that we have just been circling, and the flight that should have been 2 hours and 18 minutes has now extended to over 3 hours. This is our longest flight from North Carolina to Providenciales yet. And some passengers are really getting a little bit scared here. But short while ago, I heard the landing gear went down, and I'm thinking we actually finally going to land. Passengers were already getting on the edge, and I could understand because there's no updates at all. And even now we are going in to land, we have not even been told that we have been given the all clear to land, but I'm sure that we are going to land soon. So that is the latest update. Yeah. From my vantage point, sitting right over the wing here, at this window seat. What were your thoughts with all those softwares, Elizabeth?
I thought it was funny. I was never so scared in my life, and I love playing. But I don't think I'll be going to play right now. So after the night, I don't give up. But then I say, I can't give up. Because I gotta be here. But then I say, I can't. I say, well, I know my house, but you had to say, if you never knew that. It's very scary.
And at last, we are now wheels down here at the Howard Hamilton International Airport. And it's raining here, and there's a lot of planes here. Every gate is taken. Very busy here at the Howard Hamilton Airport to the Saturday, the 3rd of January 2026. Very small airport here, small capacity, so it's expected that there could be a lot of
Providenciales, where it's currently 3:28.
delayed landing, etc.
As a reminder, please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. And don't forget to check your seat back pocket and surrounding area to ensure you have all of your belongings like cell phones, tablets, chargers, your children, and your bags. When you open the overhead compartment, please be careful as items may have shifted in flight. You may now use your cell phone as we make our way to the gate. We will be arriving at Gate 5. That's Gate 5. If Providenciales is your final destination and you have checked luggage, the baggage claim permission is not yet provided. Please check your American app for any updates and follow the signs and monitors throughout the airport to guide you. Once you enter the immigration area, present the completed form along with your identification to customs and immigration officials. The official will return a portion of the immigration form to you. Please keep this portion for your return flight. On behalf of American Airlines, our one-world partners, and the Charlotte-based crew, we'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We know you have a choice in airlines, so whether you're staying in Providenciales or passing through, we thank you for choosing American Airlines to be a part of your journey. As you leave us today, remember to be the kindness you wish to see in the world. Let it start with you. We hope you have a wonderful time here in Turks and Caicos, and if you're a returning resident, welcome home. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. And again, we do apologize for the delay and any inconvenience it may have caused you. We do and always will appreciate your business. Have a great rest of your day.
So we'll see your baggage claim, and thereafter we will get our conclusion. This has been and was an eventful flight. So we are now deplaning. It was a full flight. Should take a while here. I believe that they're going to open both doors, back and the front, so it should make that planing a little bit more easier. We are at the baggage claim here. A lot of flights on the ground. Bag is taking a little time to come. Turns out that we were at the wrong carousel. The bags came in carousel 1 instead of carousel 2, but all went well. And it's now time for our conclusion and time to rate the flight from Charlotte, North Carolina to Providenciales, Howard Hamilton International Airport. Quite an eventful flight.
Yeah, the flight was a nice smooth flight coming from Charlotte to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. But when it reached like 17 miles from Turks and Caicos, they said they couldn't land, and had everybody on the flight frightened because they were circling round and round and round in circles, round and round and round and round. So we never landed about an hour after we were supposed to land. So everybody was frightened. I was done saying if they trying to get all the fuel on the plane, so we would have had to land in the sea. I was thinking of landing in the airport, and then I was saying I couldn't swim, and I saw all the people texting their family members and saying that the plane was circling around for hours and they want to know, nobody saying nothing to them or anything like that. But then the pilot did say that they had a lot of traffic on the runway in Providenciales and he couldn't land at the time. And he said he would update us, but he updated us twice, and then that was it. So everybody was wondering what really was going on. But when we land, we heard other persons on other flights was complaining about the same thing. So it was still a fearful movement because we didn't know what to expect at the time. But now, I know normally on a Saturday they have a lot of traffic on the airport in Providenciales, and they only have one runway, and the same runway the planes have to land on is the same runway planes have to depart on. So after everything, everybody was calm and everything was okay. So, But if I have to rate the flight, I still would give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, so an 8 there from Elizabeth. So let me just take it back from the check-in. There was a slight delay at check-in, almost half an hour, because one flight crew member was late. So right away after bad start, airline to blame. We pushed back from the gate in reasonably good time, but there was a lot of planes to take off before us. So again, we had a delay. So a flight that was supposed to leave probably about 11:37 got off the ground about 12:08 p.m. Okay, not a extraordinary delay. They announced that the flight would have been 2 hours and 18 minutes. In reality, it's much shorter than that, but it took a total of 3 hours and 20 minutes from wheels up to wheels down at the Howard Hamiliton Intl Airport in Providenciales. So the flight was much longer than expected. Our longest flight to date from Charlotte, North Carolina to Providenciales. It's not the first time we are taking that route. And it has been probably one of our most eventful flight in that regard. Elizabeth said that the low was fairly okay. So she gave it an 8. All things considered, we'll give it a 7. And there you have it.
So here's remarks that he gave it a 7, I give it an 8, but I'm not blaming the crew on the flight because they couldn't control what happened on the ground here in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands.
Yeah, that is true. But my issue, like probably in about 40 minutes, there was no update. We kept circling and circling. There was no update. And even when we were actually landing for real, there was nothing. Nothing was said over the intercom. It was some persons behind me were saying that they detected that the wheels went down and they knew that we were going in for landing. So while the pilots or the crew members, etc., can be blamed for any circling, delay in landing, etc., etc., more information could have been forthcoming. They could have kept us more abreast of what was going on the ground in Providenciales. So yes, a 7. Hope you enjoy this video. If you did, please like, share, give it a thumbs up.
And we will see you on our next adventure very soon.
Cheers.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed.